Good morning. Welcome. I'm Gail Anderson, and if you are just logging on for the first time, I just want to let you know this is Mentoring Moments for Moms. And high scope, probably 3, sometimes 4 days a week. Hi, Tricia. Nice to meet you. Glad to see you on, Marcia. Hope you're having an awesome day. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Okay, everybody. So if you know, I have been on a topic of going over the top 10 things that I would do again as a mom. It was really interesting to get to that point where I sat down and delineated those things. Lots of times, hi Tamara, lots of times when we're in the midst of mothering, we don't really stop and think about what are we doing that's good, what's working, what's not, and that evaluation is always excellent. So really just about a year and a half ago, I sat down and I said, okay, what are the top 10 things that I would do again? What are the things that I know created value in my family, in my home? Thank you for those hearts. Those of you who enjoy what I'm talking about, please tap on the screen, give me some hearts. So we talked last Thursday, if you were on, about being present for our children. And of course, everybody talks about that. Got to be present, got to be present, got to be in the moment. But you know what? It is a real thing to talk about, especially with our kids. We are so great at double doing things, at multitasking, and sometimes we're not giving our kids the attention that they deserve when we are talking to them, listening to them, whatever. Welcome, glad you joined us today. So, time with our kids is limited, and so we have to limit our time doing other things. And you know what, ladies? Everybody has 24 hours a day. And when that time is gone, we are completely finished with it. There's nothing we can do to grab that time back. But we get to choose what we are going to do. Excuse me. We get to choose what we're going to do with that time. And so we get to choose every single moment how we're going to use it, what we're going to do. So I'm going to just review the top 2 things that I talked about last week, questions we can ask ourselves to get ourselves a little more focused on how we're using our time. The first one is, 10 years from now, will what I'm doing matter? And that was a big question for me. Didn't ask it often enough, but a big question to think about. Okay, does it matter? My goodness, we've got a lot of people on this morning. Okay, what does it matter? Will it matter 10 years from now whether I do this? And you know what? When we're sitting here talking about things like scrubbing the floor 3 times a week and clearing out our closets and making sure they're in perfect order, those really aren't the things that are most important. So that helps you stay focused on people instead of things. The second thing was, what is the most important thing for me to be doing at this moment? And we make lots of choices all day long. And you know, we get to the end of the day and think, oh, I didn't do the most important things. But you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. We can choose tomorrow. If we look at today, what we did that we liked and looked at the things we didn't like, then we can choose again tomorrow and do better. Thank you for those hearts. Again, if you like what I'm talking about, please give me some hearts on the screen. Okay, if you were on last Thursday, I'd just like to hear from you. What stood out to you the most of all the things that we talked about? Again, the number one thing, hi Julianne, the number one thing that I would do again as a mom is be present for my children. Because again, I don't think I did it enough. It's something that when I was doing it, I knew it was a good thing and I knew I should be doing it more often. So if you want to give me any feedback on that, that'd be great. Also today, I want to add just a couple more thoughts. That's something I'm really convicted about. Excellent. So judge your day. At the end of the day, look back and see how you did and think about what would I have done different? What would I have changed in order to be more present with my children? So if we're intentional with our time, I always like to say, if you're going to work, work. If you're going to play, play. If you're going to be on the computer, be on the computer. If you're going to be with your kids, be with your kids. There is nothing wrong with taking time to be on the computer, taking time for yourself, taking time for your household, but it's just a matter of trying to really make sure that you're focusing and getting that done in a short amount of time so that you can move on to the thing which is also important in your life next. So that helped me. But we are saying no to something good sometimes so we can say yes to something better. Yes, it may be great to be sitting here texting with my friends, but it might not be the most important thing right then. So we say no to something that is good, maybe to say yes to something better, sitting down on the floor and playing with your kids. I think I mentioned last Thursday how I feel like we as women are in our office all day long. We don't get, that's an excellent comment, Abounding Hope. Our kids grow up and move out way too fast. That's right. You pretty much have 18 years if you're lucky. Sometimes a little more than that. But it's just a matter of being able to decide what the most important things are for you to focus on. And I know I didn't always do that. Another hint for today for prioritizing your time is consider, what would a great mom do? And I love that, WWGMD. Put a little sign on your refrigerator. Put it on your mirror in the bathroom. Maybe have that little an acronym written up as a timer that comes up, a reminder that comes up on your phone. What would a great mom do? Because that to me challenges you. Okay, what would a great mom do in this situation? What would a great mom do right now? Because you know what? This will change your decisions. If you start making decisions like a great mom, thinking about what would a great mom do, then you're going to be taking the steps to be a great mom. And then eventually you are going to be a great mom. Now, granted, I didn't think about this until just about a year ago when I was looking at these things. I wish I would have had that and had those reminders for myself. But what would a great mom do is a great way to keep yourself focused in mothering. Okay, it's not just what would an average mom do. This hits home so much. I'm struggling with doing, I continue my craft business or not. Ooh, I understand completely, Tamara. There are so many things calling for us around the household. So we are always seeing the things that need done. Oh my gosh, look at that dust over there. I got to get up and go dust. Ooh, that bill needed paid. Wait a minute, I got to go run and do that. So it's starting to sit down and focus with what we're doing right then. Making a mental note. Okay, I'll pay the bill later. I'll do this, but right now I'm playing Legos with my son. So what would a great mom do? Not just an average mom. Not just a barely getting along mom. We don't want to just get by. We want to thrive in motherhood. We want to make it memorable, and we want our kids to have a great memory of their time in the family and at home with mom. So make those decisions like a great mom. You'll start acting like a great mom. You'll take the steps toward being a great mom, and you will get there someday. It's just those daily decisions, that daily focus. So tomorrow we will talk about number 2, the second thing that I would do in the top 10 things in being a mom. But I do want to remind you that all my past scopes can be viewed on YouTube. The link is in the profile, or you can simply go to YouTube and search for Mentoring Moments for Moms. That's what we're doing on these weekdays. Also, today, my blog came out on our website. The link is in the profile for that as well. And it's about planning for summer fun. So you might enjoy reading that as well. Another thing I'm doing today, which is brand new for me, is a Periscope loop. So with some friends of mine who are also passionate about health, we are doing this loop where one talks and then you give the link to the next one who's talking and the next one who's talking, and it will be really interesting. The topic is 10 ways to strengthen your family's immunity this summer. And I will say that once your kids go back to school and you start into fall, you have all those threats that come against your health. And now, during the summer, is the time to start building some of those habits for your family. So definitely think about joining us. This starts at 3 p.m. today, and it starts with my friend Lisa at Lizzie Loves Health. So go ahead and take down this information. And even if you're doing other things, Mom, no problem. Turn it on, listen while you're fixing dinner, listen while you're playing with the kids. You may very much pick up some hints in that. Okay, Tamara, I will mention, including your kids more in household chores. I did do a few scopes on that early on, probably in March, so you'd find that interesting. Also, if you go to our blog, I have some great blogs on that, especially with exact things that they can do at different ages. So that was one of my biggies, especially as a homeschooling mom. I could not do all of what the household needed by myself, but in addition to that, I wanted my kids to leave home and be equipped. The blog is called KirbyAnderson.com. The link is in my profile. My husband is Kirby. We blog 3 times a week. He does the Monday and Friday blog, and I do the Wednesday blog. So that's been a lot of fun. We've been doing that probably over a year. So there's a lot of good blogs on there, and you can search by topic. It's real easy to do. So I'll show you one more time before I close out today. This is where you would start our Periscope loop about 10 things you can do to boost your family's immunity this summer. This starts with @LizzieLovesHealth. Follow her on Periscope, and it'll be at 3 p.m. So moms, have a wonderful day. And again, I want to encourage you to enjoy the adventure of motherhood.